Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Hyundai of Trenton to bring you Hyundai's smallest and most inexpensive vehicle on the market. This is a brand new 2025 Hyundai Venue. This is the SEL trim, front wheel drive, the color here onyx black, black cloth interior. So if you're in the market for a subcompact crossover and you want to save some money, let's say you want to be under 25 grand, is this the one that you should buy? You can let me know as we go through the vehicle. So let's dig in. Front end of this Venue SEL in the onyx black. We have standard lighting all the way across the front. A Hyundai badge in the middle of that chrome finish grille. Functionality in the grille top and bottom. Now as we come around to our wheel and tire setup, please pardon my shadow, we're looking at a 17-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel with the Hyundai badge on the center cap. These wheels are wrapped in Nexen all-season tires, 205 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, front-wheel drive. Moving on back, there is the full side profile of this little CUV. Let me know what you think about the shape. As we move in closer, we do have our turn signals up on the front fender, color match side view mirror. We are color match front and rear door handle, left side fuel filler cap up top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, aluminum finish on the roof rails with a standard sunroof. Rear end of the Venue, we have a small roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below on the glass, standard lighting in the back, Hyundai badge in the middle, Venue underneath that, and we're going to go flat black around the rear bumper and license plate area with the exhaust tucked up underneath the rear bumper. We are under the hood of this 25 Venue, and we have Hyundai's 1.6 liter inline four-cylinder engine mated to an IVT. 121 horsepower, 113 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 29 in the city, 32 on the highway, 31 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price for the 25 Venue SEL is $22,000 even. This has a few options on it, which we'll check out when we go through the window sticker. But once we add those in and a destination and delivery fee of $1,395 from Hyundai's Ulsan, Korea assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $24,149. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we're going to go all hard black plastic all the way around, except for the brushed aluminum on the door handle, flat black on the switchgear. Decent sized door pocket for such a small vehicle, and the standard audio system. Into the footbox, we got a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. And down by your left foot, that's where you're going to pop your fuel filler door. Seats, we're going to go fully manual for the driver and the front passenger. Black cloth, light gray cross stitch. A bit of an insert designed to dress up these seats, but they feel pretty firm. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver. We move on to our dash. We're going to have hard black plastic, and then we're going to have some brushed aluminum in and around your air vents. Then we have an area to lie your phone, but again, it is not rubberized, so things may slide around. And down below, a nice large glove box. Infotainment system, we have Hyundai's base system in here. So that is going to have no nav built in, but it's going to be wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. And a lot of you may think, how does that happen? Well, in Hyundai and Kia's older infotainment systems, when the system didn't have built-in nav, then the Android Auto and CarPlay were wireless. When it did have built-in nav, then the CarPlay and Android Auto were wired. Now with their newest, latest, and greatest system, they've got the two to work together, and now you can get built-in nav with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. So this base system, like I said, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, no nav, no Sirius XM, just HD, AM, and FM radio stations. And that's, you just go to media and you can see you got your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, your Bluetooth audio, USB music, but only AM and FM, and that's it. It is a touch screen. You can Bluetooth your phone. You can go to your setup. You can go ahead and adjust how you want your speakers, to connect your devices, your display, your Wi-Fi hotspot. You can go to your general settings. You can set the date and time, language on the clock, and all that good stuff. Or we can go back to the beginning. Now, as we go to reverse, We have a nice large backup camera, takes up the whole screen nice and clear with trajectory, so that's nice. Moving on down, hard controls for your infotainment system with your volume and tuning knob right there. Down further, four-way hazards. Over here, push button start. Single zone climate control right there with max defrost front and rear. Down further, we have a USB-A, a USB-C, and a 12-volt. This area for storage, but you know what? It's, again, not rubberized, so things are going to slide around. We're not going to see a wireless charging pad in the SEL. Now, here's the gear shift to go through this IVT with the gator and the stitching, so that's a nice touch. Down further, here's your drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash. Manual emergency brake, 2 cup holders, and then we have our venue key fob, which is different from all the other Hyundai key fobs, but I think it looks pretty nice. We have lock, unlock, remote start, panic button, Hyundai badge on the back, and then we have a small armrest that does have some soft touch on it. You open that up, and you have a pretty decent area for storage. Venue steering wheel, we do have a leather wrap steering wheel as well as a leather wrap shift knob and gator, by the way, with the light gray cross stitch, Hyundai badge on the horn button, some brushed aluminum down on the bottom to lift up the wheel, round bottom wheel, but with this boxy shape inside the venue. It's a very open and airy cockpit, and I have no problem getting in and out of the vehicle. Now, over here on the left, you do have your telephone voice commands, volume, modes for infotainment system, and favorites. And then on the right here, you got the controls for the digital dash, your cruise control, and then up on the left stalk, you can adjust your headlight controls, high beams and turn signals, front and rear wiper on the right. Down on the left here, bright and dim the dash, traction control off. We do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we have this digital dash, but only the center of the dash actually moves. So here's our drive modes. We have sport, snow, and normal. I think we'll leave it in normal for today's drive. And then you can go through additional information you may want to see across the top. And some of them have submenus that you can go down into, depending on what you want to see. Overhead console, fairly a small one. If you want your dome lighting to come on off, you can close the door. This button remains in the center. So when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out. We do have a sunroof in here, and I do like that. The shade is manual, but then you can just hit the center button, hold it a second, roof opens up, wind buffeter comes up, and then one touch closed. And if you want to tilt it, just push the button up towards the roof. And when you want to close the tilt, you just push it back towards the front of the vehicle. And then, boom, bring the shade back. That's a nice value add in a sub $25,000 vehicle. Now, we do have a framed rear view mirror with manual dimming function. Now our sun visor with vanity and a light. And that's true on both sides for both front passengers. And it does slide. Getting in the back seat of this venue, but first the rear door panel, same as the driver, all hard black plastic all the way around, except for the brushed aluminum on the door handle, and only a little spot here for a water bottle. Now, I have the seat set for my driving position. This is a subcompact crossover, so we'll see how we fit in. I'm going to have to twist and duck to get in the back of the venue. Now that I'm in at 5'11", even though it is a flat roof, it's just a very small car. If you're over 5'8", 5'9", you're going to have to duck. Once I'm in, though, I got enough room for my head and shoulders, knees a bit tight, as you can see. Down further here, no seat pocket behind the driver, but we do have a cargo net behind the front passenger. In the back, we do have two heat and air vents, two USB-Cs, and an area to put stuff right in there. And then in the back here, the back seats, same cloth with the stitching, with the insert design, fairly firm, and we don't have an armrest. Would have been nice to have one, but you do have cup holders that come in like this little portable armrest that you can sit right in the middle here and tie that in with the seat belt, and that won't move, and then you can have some cup holders. I'll show you that. It is in the cargo area right now, all wrapped up, and I didn't want to unwrap it. But overall, I'm sitting higher up in the back than you do in the front. It is a bit compromised, but it is a small subcompact, and you can hold two full-size adults back here. Getting in the cargo area of the venue, it's a manual tailgate, so you come to the back, right above the license plate, there's a switch, you hit it, lift up, nice and light, 18.7 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of the venue with the rear seats up. Coming to the back here is that armrest I talked about that's in the wrap with 2 cup holders that you can sit in between you in the rear seat. So that's where that is. We do have a carpeted venue cargo mat, which is nice. And then underneath here, we do have a spare and a jack. So thank you, Hyundai, for the spare. And we do have this removable security shade or parcel shelf or tonneau cover, whatever you want to call it. But to get the rear seats down, you can either unhook this and reach through or go around to each door. And there's a button right here. You just pull the lever, let the seats down, then you go around to the other side, do the same thing. Pull the lever, put the seats down. They go down fairly flat. So with the rear seats down and this tonneau cover out, you're looking at 31.9 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Venue SEL. Window sticker, here we go. 25 Venue SEL. Onyx black, black cloth, government safety ratings, standard equipment. Options, total vehicle MSRP, MPG estimates, made by Hyundai in Korea. Let's take this baby out for a spin. Okay, we're out on the road in this 25 Venue SEL, and with this boxy shape, there's a lot of glass in here and that's easy to see out. Really easy, no problem. Even out the back window, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision action, all of that stuff for safety in this Venue. But we got standard lighting all the way around, which is true in the Venue lineup. Frankly, I think you should have at least LED headlights for safety in 2025. But you let me know what you think about that. Now, this is a small subcompact crossover with the rear seats down. You're only looking at just under 32 cubic feet of space, so it's not a big vehicle. But you know what, if you don't need a big vehicle and you don't want a car because there's not enough room in a real small subcompact car like a Versa, and you need extra room for storage, you know what, this kind of fits the bill. It's really, really light. Even though we have a small engine, the suspension feels pretty good. It's pretty well damped. Obviously, you're going to get road noise and wind noise because it's a $24,000 and change car, so you don't have much sound deadening in here. You're going to feel the bumps on the road. But, you know, if you're looking for something under 25 grand, this is right in the ballpark. And you get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, USB-A, USB-C connectivity, a 12-volt, climate control, rear connectivity in the back if you have some passengers in the back like your kids. Handles pretty well. I mean, the steering is very light, but it's not a big car to turn. Brakes feel really good. Now we'll take off. And obviously, this is a very small engine, right? A 1.6 naturally aspirated inline 4, 121 on the horsepower, 113 on the torque. It's not going to set fires. That's not what this is designed for. It's small, it's nimble. You can own this in like an urban area. We're going to check out our turning radius. Is only 16.7 feet in this thing. Look at that whip around. But you can own this in an urban area, dodge in and out of parking spots in the city that you may need to get in and out of that you can't do with a bigger car. It's inexpensive, so if it gets scratched or dinged up in city driving, it isn't as much of a worry as if it was a $50,000 vehicle you're parading around the city in. Or you can use it here around town like a suburb if you're running errands and whatnot, school runs, whatever you want to do. Or, you know, you can take this on a road trip and get some really good gas mileage. And I got a full tank of gas here. Got about 360 miles in the tank because it is a small fuel tank. Running costs are low for this vehicle, and the acquisition, as far as price point, acquisition cost is low as well. So you know, it really ticks off a lot of boxes for folks who really are on a strict budget, who want a car, who want some versatility, who want some practicality in what they drive, who want to keep the costs low. And this one really fits the bill. It's this. The Nissan has the kicks out, which is in this subcompact crossover segment. So let me know what you think. The kicks just got redesigned for 2025. The Venue did not. But you let me know if you're in the market for this type of vehicle. Are you going Venue or are you going to go Nissan kicks? Put it in the comments, let me know. But I do want to thank Hyundai of Trenton for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2025 Hyundai Venue SEL in Onyx Black for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.